we were told that the justices would never overturn Roe v. Wade. Susan Collins reassured us like she can feel comfortable voting for Kavanaugh because he would never do. No, he did. He's voting to overturn it wholly, get rid of it, and go further beyond that. Asked for question today. She said, if this leaked draft opinion is the final decision and this reporting is accurate, it would be completely inconsistent with what Justice Gorsuch and Kavanaugh said in their hearings in our meetings in my office. You don't say. You don't. Wait. Hold on. So are you implying that they might have lied or that they might not be law robots, that they might be just as flawed partisan people as every other right winger? Are you just now coming to this conclusion in your final days, Susan Collins? She's shocked and chagrined that they possibly could have lied. Nobody warned her that that might not be true. She couldn't have known it at the time. And not just her. Murkowski says, my confidence in the court has been rocked. To which AOC says, Murkowski voted for Amy Coney Barrett when Trump himself proclaimed that he was appointing justices specifically to overturn Roe. And now they're just shocked that this could have happened. Who could have possibly seen it coming? With Gorsuch and Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett, who's like only law textbooks or what you could find like wandering around a church. And they're just shocked, Sabrina, that this could have happened. Should we feel bad for them at this point?
No, of course not. It's not like most news outlets were reporting and predicting that this was extremely likely to happen.
Yeah. And like in terms of you being convicted, okay, well, if you're so shocked and your confidence in the court has been rocked, like we can't trust them anymore, then you gonna do anything about it? You gonna like support legislation? Or are you gonna be willing to override the filibuster to allow legislation to correct what you're identifying as a betrayal? No, you don't care and you won't do literally anything. But we do have to talk about theoretically where this goes. We're gonna dive into exactly how this would work in terms of reproductive health, but we also have to give you a preview of where it could be coming. We're gonna balance two things. One, just by itself, this is absolutely unacceptable and devastating. And then also there's a whole lot of other BS coming. But as many people have noted, the wording of the decision makes clear that Roe v. Wade is not the only thing that this new right-wing supermajority thinks is unacceptable or that there's no basis in the Constitution for these rights. It goes way further than that. I mean, you can talk about things like the gay marriage, civil rights, interracial marriage, premarital sex, protection from forced sterilization, access to contraception. All of these things effectively are founded in the legal framework of Roe v. Wade. This idea that there is the public sphere and there is a private sphere, that it is not the government's domain to interfere in. Now, they don't believe that. Along the way, they'll pretend to be libertarians who believe in a small government, but they fundamentally think that the most private and intimate decisions in your life are the place where the government should be most involved. But we are looking at potentially, Sabrina, is my marriage suddenly gonna be ruled unconstitutional? Can they strip my wife and I apart? Can they start to forcibly sterilize prisoners once again? The condoms, like just that was a cool relic. Maybe you can find some on Etsy or something. Nope, they can ban those from sale. That is the direction that we are moving as a country, Sabrina.
Yeah, who would have thought that 2022 we would be moving backwards? I don't think a lot of people saw this like 10 years ago. You wouldn't think that we would be moving backwards in terms of reproductive rights. And I am worried that maybe next, if the Supreme Court continues to move in this direction, maybe we could see them decide, oh yeah, maybe it should be up to the states whether gay marriages are valid or not. I'm very fearful for the coming future.
Exactly, it's insane. Oh, by the way, just for a fun little like note, so this is the week, of course, the same like week-long period where Elon Musk got what 100,000 retweets on a chart about the left is fun, so extreme, so radical. The right's always been the same. They've never moved. You guys have moved. You've dragged the center. And Ben Shapiro saying, name me just one area where the right has become more radical over the past few decades. Oh, I don't know. You guys are trying to get rid of interracial marriage. You're trying to get rid of contraception. Now, look, there is a case to be made that this is only a more public, successful effort. There have been plenty of right wingers who've been perfectly fine with banning those things all along the way. But the idea that the left is becoming insane in that they want to limit our carbon emissions, but the right trying to force you through the power of the state to give birth to your rapist baby doesn't make them extreme. You can understand why we were a little bit frustrated with that particular news cycle. But again, they're just the reasonable people. We're the radicals, Sabrina.
Oh yeah, we're so radical for not wanting to continue a pregnancy, like you said, like a rapist baby. How a lot of Republicans do actually think that you should carry that to term. That is so violent. That is so brutal. I can't believe it.
I know. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.